Hello, everyone. I am back because I have some pretty nice sketchbooks that I just recently picked up from Dollar Tree that I really want to share with you all. I'm very impressed with them, and I will be sharing that with you all shortly. Before we get started on that, I just want to say that the coffee this morning is definitely coffee. Lately, I have been drinking probably for the past month now this La Colombe 1776 Liberty Blend, and it is pretty good. I have been enjoying it. And this morning, I decided to add an espresso shot to it. So it has a shot of the Cafe Bustelo in it, and also to sweeten it, I have a little of the International Delights, the sweet cream flavor, and see this lavender Bridgerton. Mm, this is really good. It's the by McCormick, the Bridgerton lavender vanilla. Really good in the coffee. If you want something that has a lavender flavor that's going to show up, and I like my lavender flavors to show up, this shows up in coffee. It is really good. So to get into this little my little Dollar Tree find. Now, one of the things that I always look for when I go in Dollar Tree or these little notebooks that I am just in love with. Now, I've been getting these since 2024. I have not really jumped into using them yet, but this was the 2024 set, I want to say, and I picked up, I have like, yeah, six of these from that set, and I just love them. They're titled as Inspire, Ideas, Believe in Yourself. Yeah, it was just those three. So, and I have two sets of each three for those. I also, since I love them so much, I have just every time I go to Dollar Tree, I look for them. And if you see them, you have to get them when you see them because normally they're in the stationery section, but I think that they are like pretty much like released around the same time as the school supplies. So they'll thin out throughout the year and you may be lucky enough to find them, but around this time of year is when you really see them stop. So I have a few from I want to say this is the last year series. No, this is not the last year's. This is the ones from this year. That's the newer ones. So these are the ones from last year. And the ones from last year, they say simplify, take note, and planning. I love these notebooks. And they are, I want to say, no, these are okay. So this one is like one, you can see it's just one signature here. It's glue bound, but it's just one signature. These other ones, you can see they have like little thin signatures to them. They don't really lay flat, but they are nice paper. And yeah, this one, I thought I saw some of them. This one is actually a stitch bound. So each signature in here is stitch bound, and I'm pretty sure that they're all glued together. But the ones from this year say success is in the details, think, plan, achieve, and I think it's one more. No, and notebook, yeah. So these are the ones from this year and notebook. So these will make awesome little mini journals. or mini sketchbooks, whatever you prefer. These are really, really nice notebooks, but these are not the ones that I'm about to show you. Now these, I haven't really started using them yet, but when I do use them, oh, I forget I had another one in here. And this was just a straggly one that was on the shelf. I started to leave it, but I just recently picked this one up when I picked up my sketchbook. I started to leave it because of how the cover looked, but I thought that that would be a very not a good reason to just leave it, because I tend to decorate my cover. So by the time I glue things on the top of this cover and on the inside of this cover, it won't make a difference because the paper is still in perfect condition. And all of these notebooks are $1.25. They are, well, I don't know if they were $1.25 this year. I would have to look at my receipt, but they don't really put the price on them anymore because of the fact that things have started going up. They possibly are. I want to say they may still be $1.25, but I should have had my receipt right here, but unfortunately I don't. I haven't really begun using them yet because my emojis are still my favorite. My emojis are still my favorite notebooks to use. I just love these Muji notebooks. And the only reason I stopped purchasing my Mujis was because of the situation with the tariffs. These notebooks used to be like $7 a piece. I used to be able to get these for like $7 a piece. And I'm glad that I'm still lightly stocked on them. These two are like a slow process use. This one is pretty much like a daily journal that I really have to finish. I have to finish this one because I have been jumping around in other notebooks, and then sometimes I'm lagging on my journaling and not jumping into it as much as I normally do. But I want to say, yeah, because of the tariffs, these notebooks are now like $13.99, for pretty much $14. So they're double the price now. So that's the only reason I stopped purchasing them. And I have slowly began purchasing the Dollar Tree notebooks, because I would say putting 2 to 3 of these together will give me the size of the Muji notebooks that I'm using. So once I go through my Mujis, I will begin using these. That's why I'm getting my stockpile up on these. And with at $1.25, putting like 3 of them together to equal one of these, that's still like $3.75. Half of $7. So the notebooks that I want to show you guys are these amazing sketchbooks. Dollar Tree has these amazing sketchbooks on the shelf, and they are only $5 a piece for a sketchbook this size. They are amazing. They feel amazing in the hand. The cover on it feels like a very, very quality cover. Not sure if it will eventually begin to peel or not, but for $5, for you to have a practice sketchbook, artists know that, just to have something to lay down ideas, this is perfect. 1 second, guys. So for quick idea sketches, just a practice sketchbook in order to have something to lay down your thoughts, in order to create or pieces that you want to have something to, well, the way we do it is we'll create a piece in a sketchbook that will be finalized on a canvas, is what I'm trying to say, a canvas or in a specific area, but you start in your sketchbook first. So to have something to lay those thoughts and ideas down for $5, I would say that this is perfect. And to go through the covers, this one says ideas, this one says thoughts, and this one is like a caramel color. This one is like a smoky gray and it says thoughts. And then we have one in black that says notes. These covers can be left like they are, or if you want, you can decorate them as you will. Now I'm gonna take these down so that I can actually lay one of them down. Okay, so as you can see, they are very floppy. So as far as on the go, if you want to sketch on your lap on the go, you would need something to stabilize the cover, maybe a clipboard or something. You would have to um, pin it onto a clipboard so that it would be more stable because the book is quite floppy. But with that being said, it also lays completely flat. So if you wanted to do a full spread here, you can do that because the notebook all the way through, it lays completely flat. And you can see it is stitch bound in here. It most likely has a glue bound once the signatures are put together, but they are stitch bound. They are stitched in here. You can see that there are stitch lines in here. Paper quality, I will have to test that out, and I will do that in a different video. I will come back with another video to test out the paper quality. It is very thin paper, but I think that it will be perfect for sketching. And to go through it, it has the inside cover sheet here, and then it begins the paper. Now, I don't think it is labeled as to how many pages this is. And I want to say this notebook is by Jot, even though it's not written on here. I think that it is by Jot because it's extremely similar to these other notebooks, which are also by Jot. So I think it is a Jot notebook, but it's just not written on there. But I will say for $5, you, if you are an artist, or even if you want to use them for journaling, like there's all kind of fun ideas that this could be used for, or if you want to use them for school, if you want to use them for school notes. Even though the paper is plain, what I would suggest you do is what I do with my notebooks here. I take, as you can see, these are plain pages. So to write in straight lines, what I do is I cut paper from composition books. And all you have to do is cut you a piece of paper from a composition book or a regular sheet of loose leaf paper, lay it in there, and you have your guidelines in order to use this as a writing journal. And it's going to be harder with this first sheet because the first sheet is always glued to the cover sheet, but I'll show you here. That's 2 sheets. Let's get this right. And you can see that the lines are perfectly visible through the page. So you just get your full sheet of writing paper and put it under here, and you have perfect guidelines to use this as a journal if that's what you decide to use it for, a journal, a planner, or whatever you may decide to use it for. But my go-to will be using these as sketchbooks, and for $5 I think that this was a perfect snatch. And I'm going to show you one other thing just in case you don't know. Dollar Tree is just really coming through with a lot of the art supplies. Now, just because they have it, I don't know how great it performs yet. But I saw this watercolor pad was $3. It's 150 GSM paper. So the paper is very heavy. I would say it kind of feels more like a Canson, the heavy Canson paper. It doesn't say anything about what it is made from. It just says acid free, heavyweight, ideal for wet media. So not sure if it contains any cotton or anything in it at all. So I would have to test this out to see how it performs with watercolors. Now, also another thing you have to know about when using watercolors, even if the paper is cheap, you want to use a decent, at least a pretty decent watercolor. Don't use a cheap paper and a cheap watercolor because you're probably not going to have a fun experience at all. So use a pretty decent watercolor media in order to use something like this. So I'm going to test this out also just to let you all know if this paper is worth it or not. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you want to see how any of these papers perform, just keep an eye out for the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one, and thank you so much for watching.